Good evening, Mark Donegan, self-healing practitioner and educator. January, February, March 30th, 51 a.m. March 30th, 2022. Wow, this is more like a update, check-in, diary, my life, freaking constant change. My God. Um, yeah, it's just a lot of stuff going on, and and changing, not really changing direction, but just small changes. It's very strange working with Alexis, my life coach. Um, I always had direction. And then with her, when we do our dailies, checking in for intention setting every day, I gained a lot of ground. I didn't realize that I could I could push harder in certain ways in an easier way. So, self healing, my self healing jab this morning is just ease again. Every time I come off ease, I come to a halt. And, yeah, pushing harder. Just every time with me, it's a retrograde. Um, and now, here's the check in on the body. The paralysis is getting worse. Um, there's nobody that can answer the question whether I'll go paralyzed, whether I'll get well, pain, up or down. There's no answers to that anymore. I've seen enough specialists and surgeons for my entire spine, and they're basically all clueless. There comes a point where there's just nothing more that could be done, and I've kind of reached that point. I mean, until there's full paralysis and a specific place where this cord is being cut off, which we have plenty of specific places right now. But until it's full paralysis, we won't know which one is the worst. Um, until it is, I'm not even going to. It's not the direction my mind's going. My mind's going. I'm going to work my way out of this, and I'm going to have less paralysis as I. But my reality, my day-to-day reality, that's not what it is. No matter what I'm trying to tell my mind, if you understand what I'm saying. So I will continue to tell my mind that I can feel and that I will move through things, but at the same time, there's a hard reality that I can't feel and I can't move at times, regardless of what I do. And again, the harder I try, the less I'm able to move. So I'm going to have to accept sitting, in balance and rotation. That's what I'm trying to learn right now. Is yes, I've got to sit and I've got to lay down during the day. Many times it appears, but I also need to easily roll over and get back up and move into the day. I'm learning how to live more disabled than I ever have. And at the same time, as usual, the world sees me as more functional, to the point where, despite the fact I'm not very functional, I will challenge just about anybody on anything just because. Um, 9 times out of 10, I can scare them out of doing it just because they think I have the ability to do it. So yeah, and then as far as self healing movement and stuff, I topped out. I've really topped out. I do what I need to do. I know how to work my own body. Now that I'm working with other people, I know how to work with other people's bodies. Do they still come to me? No, not yet. But business is business. It's going. I didn't have any last week, but I didn't. I've also not advertised either. So again, that is what it is. Had a lot of frustrations in business. A lot of people standing in my way. Last week, it got to the point where they were just flat out trying to stop me at everything I was trying to do, and I just got pissed and said, "Okay, let's bring it." And this week, I haven't done anything, but I went back out there and I made them stand down, if you know what I mean. And now it's more like competition. Now that it's springtime and everybody's coming out of their shell and they're coming out of Rona, while I've been out grinding, people are popping out of woodwork doing what I do, and competition. And it's like it's okay in a sense, but it's not in a sense because they didn't earn it and they're not any good. Um, but I'm not going to compete against them. I decided not to compete. I'm in a no compete place. And just and I'm tired of people coming up trying to compete with me. They see what I'm doing, they steal my shit, and they try to compete with me. I'm not doing that no more. So that's another thing that's happening. Yeah. And I have one individual that's out there every single day trying to take my work, basically, and is taking my ideas every freaking day. And the bottom line is they shouldn't even be doing it. They shouldn't even be doing it. So there's a lot of frustration right now with me, in the business periphery, people around. It was anger for a while, but now I see how stupid that they are and how stupid I was being angry that they're not even in competition. They're doing, they're trying to do what I do, but they can never do it. So it's a very strange thing. So I need to just continue on my own little path. Um, Things will come when they come. Getting ready to start intensive with Alexis, and I'm hoping that'll pick things up. But yeah, mainly lately it's been fighting battles, fighting people and their egos and my ego, and not getting my ego involved with theirs. It's just a shit ton of that, and it's always in this business. Always, always, always somebody's going to come and try to be better than you and do it better and know more. Everybody knows more. My God, the shit I have to deal with trying to practice my trade, the psychology and all that, the things that in the past I would have never accepted. And now I accept fully because there's no way around it. People's bad attitudes is what prevents them from getting frickin' well. And I want nothing to do with them. I want them not to fuck around me. That's what I'm learning. I'm learning to clean up my little world. And nothing is more important. You get one person to say something negative. You get one person to challenge you, and you don't put them down 100%. And it's just a negative in the world. There's no reason to have that person in your life. You're better fucking off by yourself. Believe me, I am living that life now where I isolate myself. Despite being around so many people, I've learned to isolate myself. No human contact when I don't want it. And I only go out that door when I'm ready for war with their dumbass human contact. I'm trying to like people, but at the same time, they ain't easy. No one's easy. Your own self ain't easy. You know, if anybody thinks that they're a gem to the world, then they're full of shit. Because I really don't know too many people that are. I happen to be in love with one of them. I still wouldn't want to be around her full on. Um, so yeah, and it's just neutral check-in place. I mean, as far as business, the next step is at my door. I mean, I'm already doing massage, which I don't really want to be doing, but I'm doing it, and I am teaching movement to some degree. Not get paid for it, which would be nice, but that would be the next step is to teach the movement and get paid for it. But my next step is actually going to be a freebie to prep for getting paid for movement classes. I'm going to have to put out a free class once or twice a week to, promote making money teaching classes, which I haven't even really wrapped my head around yet as far as how I want to do it. It's been formulating the last few weeks down in the park because I'm going to work out in public for sure, always. I've decided that too. Whether I get a brick and mortar or not, I will always go back out into public. What I've learned in public is invaluable. I will not train or certify anyone that can't work out in public. I have decided that is my gig. That I knew very few could do it. No one can do it the way I'm doing it, and I want to teach other people to do it the way I'm doing it. It's really not that difficult once you figure out your little pieces. So Yeah, how many times do you go out in public and see massage being done in public? Not very often. The mall. That's the only place you're going to see it, except for me. Everywhere I go. Me and my little chair now. My freaking little massage chair. That thing is so funny. I'm just going to call it the rack. It's basically like a fish lure. It just I set it out and people know I do massage, but I don't really want to use the chair. I mean, and I'm learning to use the chair, but the rack. But that's about all it's good for is a rack. I mean, and yeah, people can sit in it and they're comfortable and they sit in it, and that's kind of cool. They get a little break off their feet for a second. But as far as body work and changing their body, it doesn't give me a lot of options like I got on the ground. So I'm still throwing people down on the ground. And that's another thing. I will always do that. I've decided that's become more firm with me that people have to get their ass on the ground if they want to work with me. I'm almost to the point where I'm not going to work with anybody if they don't get on the ground. I don't care if they're 80 years old, they got arthritis up the yin and yang. If they're not willing to work with me to get down on the ground or get onto a bed or whatever, which they do every day, then fuck them. Fuck them. I'm just tired of working with useless pieces of shit. People want to drain my energy, take what I've got, suck from my soul. Fuck you. Go earn your shit. Drop down on that floor every day for 20 minutes, minimal. That ain't asking a fuck ton from people. That's all I'm asking for myself today. Today's my day off. I shouldn't be doing fucking anything. Maybe that 20 minutes is debatable, but I'm still going to do it minimally because that's me. And it's me because that's how I made me over the years. It didn't just fucking happen. I had somebody do that to me yesterday. They walked out to me. They just wanted to suck my energy. They literally stood there and just started doing a little stretchies. And I'm looking at them like, what the fuck? And I literally said to them, and they're like, oh, come backward walk with me, Mark. I see you backward. Come backward walk with me. And I'm like, no, I'm not backward walking right now. I don't know where you came from. And by the way, if you're going to go backwards walk, don't even fucking do it unless you're going to do it for 20 minutes. You know, your fucking heart ain't going to get to the right rate. You know, you go out for 10 minutes and you're training your heart to go for 10 minutes and it's not up to its optimal rate. You're fucking your heart up. And the person just stood there and stared at me like I was like I was fucking insane. But I was about ready to rip their fucking head off. I mean, first of all, they came up and were bothering my free time. And then they were, again, sucking my fucking energy. And I'm just done with that with fucking life. Next motherfucker comes to zen me out in society, they're gonna get a full dose. Fuck you. Get the fuck away. You're about to fucking die. You know? Done with this fucking shit in life. I don't have to hurt anybody, but I can destroy them with my words, and that's what I'm gonna keep getting better at. I mean, it's just the audacity of some people, and then when you upfront them, it destroys them because they're like, oh, you know. But it's like, no, you were the one, me. But yeah, it's a thing with the world, always wanting from others. I pretty much thought I was the same way until I started really checking that out and going, no, I don't do that to people. I don't go around expecting them to fucking do that shit to me. And, and yeah, I do whine. I do whine a lot. We all whine. We all can talk about our problems. It's a good thing. But at the same time, I don't fucking unload on every motherfucker that walks up to me or unload my full deck on them, which is what people have been doing to me lately. I mean, I know that's a role I took on when I came into this place, but I did not take it on officially or for, I didn't put it out. People just did it and I accepted it. Now, like I said, I'm ducking those same people and ducking and taking care of my energy, but I'm also being very clear that when I need to tell somebody no, they need to hear no and go fuck away, or the next things they're going to get aren't going to be very kind. Yep. Finding a new me. Very vocal, very out, and very confronting. Because I'm tired of people weaseling around on me. And no fucking return. No fucking return. So, yeah, guarding my energy and making sure that the tables are balanced right with people. Very, very important in my life right now. Extremely important as I move into getting more things and doing more things and meeting more people. Meeting a shit ton of people lately. And the more I'm out in public, the more I'm out in the park, the more it's going to come. It's just going to keep on coming. So it's up to me whether I keep going out in the park. Right now, everything looks good. Oh, that was the other thing. I did. They did. Well, I mentioned that they tried to shut me down last week. Uh, but in that process of trying to shut me down, what happened was they made me stronger. I ended up, talking to a few people back channel, getting information, and then and asking them to back me up, and I got their full support, which is like cool because I've never done things like that. I'm totally playing political now. Politics. Never thought I'd be doing it. But politics is just people and friends, is what I'm learning, and I have no choice because of the enemies that I've made. I went out and made enemies before I made friends. It appears so. It's time to make some friends to fight the enemies. But yeah, I have some serious business enemies, and I'm nothing to them. I'm I'm barely even a business. I just have a license. Their actual businesses have a shit ton to lose. So right now, I'm sitting back going, "Okay, motherfuckers, play games with me." I'm just sitting back waiting for somebody to jump, and then there's going to be legal papers flying. I don't want to do legal papers, but it's a part of business, and hopefully it'll be light. It won't be intense, but yeah, I feel it coming. Somebody's going to. I was thinking about it this morning. The Farmers Market Association. I need to threaten to sue them because of shit they done to me. I mean, there's a couple people that I need to put in check, but I don't take care of business. I procrastinate on my writing, and right now that's where everything's backed up. I do all the physical aspects of my work. But what I don't do is the fucking mental tasking computer work, graphics, words and graphics. It's constantly my deficit in business. And for years, I sat back and I'll wait till I get a partner, another partner who will handle that in. And that never happened. So now I'm just stumbling through one piece at a time as it comes up. And right now I'm stuck with advertising my days in the park. So I had to hopefully today work on my words, get on once my words are done, get on the computer, on the graphics program, and make a little flyer. And I need a brochure so I can explain myself. All these things are so complex and hard, and I've been working on for decades. So I am praying today will be the day my words come to me and my energy is on to work them out. But I'm not going out grinding because I got freaking paralysis in both fucking arms, and it's like floaty. It's coming and going. Kept waking up in the night. One or the other was numb, and I'd move and roll over and get it to wake up. And then the other one would go numb. So I have no idea, but it's back in here somewhere, and it could be up in my neck because I got a shot in the head last week. That screwed with things. So I'm not worried too much about this numbness. And because it comes and goes, and I'm getting used to it. It's not going to go numb overnight. I hope. Anyways, that's just my check-in. I have nothing to give as far as movement and self-healing anymore. It's specific to the individual and what they need. And until I'm working with people on an intense level, I won't know what that is, and neither will they. But yeah, I'm getting the work I want to do. I'm working with the worst of the worst, and I'm not doing standard rope massage. Thank God. And I won't do it. That's the other thing I've learned. I will not do standard rope massage, nor will I work in any way that I don't want to work. Again, I will just tell the person to hit the road. So that's me. Later.